ringleader, Stuart Rhodes, who has been found guilty of seditious conspiracy, as well as guilty of obstructing an official proceeding. All 5 defendants, in fact, found guilty of obstructing an official proceeding, and 2 found guilty of seditious conspiracy. Juliette Kayyem, what does this mean for other far-right militia groups? There's another trial that's going to go on, not of the Oath Keepers, a different far-right militia. Do you think this will be a deterrent? What more?
Yes, absolutely. Look, we can focus on the noise and people on Twitter and people being hateful and the potential violence. But what we need to look at is whether these organizations have a capacity to grow. And what we've seen since January 6th, and certainly because of this verdict, is their capacity in terms of whether their leadership is able to do it. Are they able to raise funds? These organizations need fees to keep themselves going, to keep themselves online, to keep themselves organized. And whether they're able to recruit, all will be harmed significantly by this verdict, in particular recruitment. Recruitment of, you can call this group whatever you want, right-wing militia, terror group, domestic terrorism. Organizations like this thrive with the victory. In other words, they convince potential adherents, potential recruits, that they're on the winning team. This is true of violent organizations and groups throughout the world. That narrative, they had that narrative when Trump was supporting them. They had that narrative going into January 6th. They no longer have that narrative. And so if you think of just the long-term trajectory of right-wing extremist organized groups, I'm not talking about, look, there's going to be the one-offs, there's going to be violent people, there's going to be hateful people online. But in terms of organizing and the capacity of these groups to organize, a huge hit today. They are looking at this, and these organizations are basically over. They may reform in other names, and we keep an eye on them, but nothing like what we've seen before, because their capacity to grow has been severely limited. And Stuart Rhodes deserves to go to jail for a long time because he led what the jury found to be a true conspiracy.